Hello, my name is Megan Self. I was born in Greenfield, Massachusetts, and I am 21 years old. I currently live in Conway, Massachusetts, and I've moved here when I was 10, and I love it. I've moved out to Boston before, and there's nothing like the country. You can't really replace it. I went to school at Frontier Regional. I was never really the academic type. I mainly played basketball my whole life and soccer, and then slowly got out of that when COVID hit. When I was in school, I fell in love with being a paraprofessional in early childhood education. My mom is an OT, and my dad works at Yankee Candle, which I'm very fortunate for. I would help out with my mom from time to time, and I would go there and bond with the kids. And then one summer, she was like, they need help with paraprofessionals, and I agreed, and I went into an ABA classroom, which is very difficult. I was paired up with a kid that had autism and Down syndrome, and it was definitely a challenge for me, but I fell in love with it, and I just loved working with all the kids. So I thought I was going to go into that for a long time in high school, and I got over 400 hours of volunteer time by the time I was 18. I decided to slowly work my way out of that when I found a job in a local community access television. I was volunteering for a while when I was 14, when my sister's husband introduced me to the job. He worked in audio with them, so I was a camera operator and a photographer from time to time, but by the time I was a senior in high school, I became pretty much high-ranking in that, and I would film all the local political meetings, the sports games. I would travel pretty much anywhere and everywhere. They would send me to conventions with the boss. And with COVID right around, my boss passed away and wasn't a fan of the new boss. So I worked my way out of that and decided to just volunteer a little more in early childhood education. And by the time I applied for GCC, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do because I was big into computer science and programming my entire senior year. So I went into computer science, realized that wasn't really for me. Then I went into social media marketing, and I liked it a lot, but I kind of realized I'd be sitting at a desk most of my life, and I'm more of an outdoorsy person. I've been outdoors my entire life. I live in the country with a bunch of yards. More of a farm girl, so I figured that might also not be it. So then with my third major, I went into early childhood education, and with the classes being online because I moved out to Boston, and realizing that you do a lot of work for not a lot of comeback for you, at least what I've experienced in Holyoke, I figured I'm getting a little burnt out. I got burnt out pretty quickly. So then my last resort, I went to liberal arts with hopefully I can get a degree in liberal arts, which I have 3 classes left after 3 years, and then I will go into photography, which is my main passion. I've been doing it as a side job for a long time now. So I hopefully will graduate this year in photography and hopefully go to photography, but that was my time at GCC. When I was younger, I don't know, I fell in love with photography. I like seeing people's smiles on the faces when you show them the photo after you took it. But I also was very fortunate when I was younger. I like to travel. I love to travel a lot. My first place was I went to Scotland, and I saw the castles and the mountains, and I just took photos everywhere. I think I took over 15,000 photos. And then I would slowly be by the beach, and I would do beach scenes, and I had a lot of people asking me to just take photos of the waves and the outline, and I saw a bunch of my photos on canvases at a couple of my friends' houses. So that makes it all worth it in the end. But that's pretty much me. I love fishing. I like going outdoors. I'm big into traveling. I have to do it for work now. I work at the postal service. I work at the post office delivering your mail, which is interesting. But nice to meet you all.